Hello everyone, the 316 Lego Maniac 316. I'm back with another McFarlane DC Multiverse action figure review. This time I got the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn from the Collect-A-Build King Shark Wave. She retailed for $24.99. However, I found mine for $19.99, and I had a coupon, so I only got it for about $14.50. So, yeah, really good deal on this figure. So, all of the figures I got from this wave on sale. Fantastic. Although I don't think it was intentionally on sale, the sticker just said Batman figure 1999. So, anyway, here she is. Let's take a look at her accessories. Just like every other McFarlane figure, comes with a stand. It says DC on it. I mean, what do you expect? It's a stand. It's nice that they include one. Especially for this figure, she needs it. And you also get a card. Mine's a little warped trying to get it out of the box, but I'll just put this in my card binder. She's got one of the longer blurbs here about who she is, what she is, where she's from, blah blah. There you go. Good look at that. I'll go ahead and put this back here. Oop. Last couple accessories. She comes with Javelin's Javelin. Might be hard to see on camera, but it's really well detailed. Biggest issue is, if you notice, it's very curved. So like, if I grab my ruler, yeah, you can see this isn't straight at all. Like, it's very curved. But yeah, and finally, this is a Build-A-Figure Wave, and she comes with the entire leg section of King Shark. I'll take a look more at the articulation of this section later, but I wanted to show you it does have a little bit of paint on the actual shorts. And this is a very thick rubber. That's how it looks. So he's got thighs, and articulation-wise, there is a joint up in there, you can see. But because of how thick these shorts are, you'd have to cut these shorts in order to get that range of motion. So, yeah, nice legs. And before I forget, I'm actually going to go ahead and just build him real quick. You just pop the ball joint in on there. Oop. I'm going to do this off camera because this is a bit more difficult than I imagined. Come on, get on there. Oh, did you hear that snap? Alright. So I'm going to keep him off camera while we take a look at Harley. Alright. So he's off camera. We'll put him in the size comparison and whatnot. Anyway, so let's move on to the actual figure. So I am going to be using the stand for her because she's got some ankle problems. But anyway, let's take a look at that head sculpt. And let me adjust the camera here so you can see up a little higher. There we go. Let's compare that to the card. What do you guys think? Margot Robbie? I think so. I think this is actually probably one of the best head sculpts in the wave here. I think it captures her really well. Could be a little bit better, but honestly, I'm not complaining. It looks like on my figure the bottom lips are a little high, so not too terrible. And she does have her tattoo there, if I can get it to focus a bit better. Daddy's Monster. It's kind of like a faded black color, like a tattoo actually would look like. Hold on, trying to reposition the camera. My tripod's not the best. Anyway, speaking of tattoos, let's go ahead and take a look at her tattoos. So on the left here, she's got that one on her shoulder, which is kind of like a J with like a monkey or something coming out of it. It's always hard to make out her tattoos, but she's also got the tattoos on her sleeve here, the diamond patterns. I mean, obviously the pin's getting in the way, but it still looks nice, you know? Like, they did a good job with that. The next tattoo is on the back of her, here. To the left of the crease in her back, you can see it says property of no on. So they missed an E there. Oops. And like I said, it may not be easy to tell on camera, but this is like a tattoo would look like. Like, it's a faded black. Like, there's a bit of blue in it. And then last couple of tattoos are on her thigh here. If I can position it so you can see that. So you can see it says, if it'll focus, there you go. It says Puddin' Cups. And then P plus H, I'm guessing Pudding plus Harley. And then she's got like a kill count here, racking up the kills. And then she's got a little jester upside down. So there's all her tattoos. Really well done, except the one on the back here. Oops. Alright, back to the head. I'm a little worried about these pigtails. I don't know if they're a separate piece to the hair, but they really do feel like they're gonna fall off. At least not this one. This one's like really like loose, so I'm gonna be careful when trying to pose her, but the pigtails don't really get in the way of posability, as you can see. She does have a dumbbell joint in her head, so she can look sideways, although again, I wouldn't recommend it. She can, pivot her head forward and backward. She can look down that much. She could look up that much. And then we move on to the dress. So the dress is all one piece. So from the top of the back of her neck here all the way to the bottom, that's all one rubber piece. So see, with this figure, it made sense to make all one rubber piece. She still does have the range of movement in her upper body, but it's not gonna really want to stay that way. See, you can see she can move forward. It's actually easier to get her to move backward a bit, but I don't want to rip that. And also, you can't really turn it. Like, you can see the rubber in the middle here moving, but it's not going to move. So she really can't turn in this thing. She's also got her little cutoffs here. Not as good as, like, the picture here, because you can see those are more of a... like the actual fabric. But, McFarlane Toys did what they could here with these on both sides. They don't come up or anything. They're actually a part of the arm sculpt, and then they're painted on. So it's not too bad. Speaking of bad, focusing today is off. Let me try to readjust the light here. That's the sweet spot. So something weird I found about this figure is that it looks like her left arm is actually shorter than her right arm. Now, where did I put my ruler? Oh, there it is. So I'm only using this not for size, but just to show you. When I line the ruler up, you can see that her hand on the left here is either bigger, or her arm on the right here, camera right, is shorter. I honestly don't know which is the case. It is kind of weird. It's just strange, because like when you put it all the way down, it's more noticeable. Like, you see how much longer that is? It's so weird. I don't know what part is longer. Is it the shoulder? Is it the upper forearm? Is it the the lower? I honestly don't know. I think this one's longer, but I could be wrong. Something else that kind of gets in the way, because it's a female figure and females are usually smaller. Their ball joints are the exact same size as the males, so it really stands out on her wrists. It's not too bad, at least it blends in, but it's just really bulbous and obvious that it's there. Let's see, next thing. So her shoes, or her boots rather. So her boots, as you can see, they kind of go upwards on the toe, so it's very hard to stand her on her own. As you can see, she just wants to fall. Getting them into action poses, though, isn't too bad. Like, if I wanted to put one leg back here, she could probably stand on her own, no problem. But same thing with the ball joint down here at the boot. So like, this one goes forward a little too much, and this one goes backward a little too much. So when I line them up, or try to line them up, she still doesn't stand, even though their boots are technically lined up. She really does not want to stand. That's why I've been using this stand. So she does have the traditional range of motion in her hips here. She has the standard joints, but she can actually get really far even with this dress in the way on that leg. And then, of course, you can see she has a double jointed knee. Sometimes I found that with these figures, like, the lower portion of the double joint is a lot less stiff. Like, this upper joint really does not want to move. And it's not because the dress is in the way. It just does not want to move. But yeah, she can kick up pretty much that far. Maybe a little bit more if your leg joint wasn't stiff. She doesn't have any movement in the upper leg here. Kind of wish she did. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for posability. Let's go ahead and grab Javelin. And she can hold it. No problem. There we go. So there's a sweet spot. Just trying to make sure she's in focus, but she can hold it in the shorter section or in the thicker section. Although it makes her wrist look a little weird, because like this is relaxed and it just looks strange. But like, you know, she can act like she's throwing it if she wants to. You know, like ha. Now another thing, this figure doesn't come with any weapons other than the javelin. I don't think she necessarily needed a pistol or any kind, but it would have been nice if they included one. Obviously, with Warner Brothers basically banning guns on action figures, which is still so stupid. Like, if Disney's okay with Marvel putting guns in their action figures, why is Warner Brothers the one that's like, no, that's wrong? It's stupid. Anyway, so she does have the faux butterfly joint, as you can see there. Basically, there's a dumbbell joint connecting the shoulder inside the torso, and then they just put a piece of plastic in between that. And it's basically just a shifter, like it shifts forward and back. It's not technically a butterfly joint, so I call it a faux butterfly joint. I'm going to put her on her stand. And let's have her hold the javelin here. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. So first of all, let's go ahead and get the ruler out. She is about just shy of 7 inches tall. So she is the shortest of the wave. I mean, I think she's like what, 5'5" in real life, 5'6". Anyway, so we got the first review I did of this line, Peacemaker, John Cena. Next up we have Polka Dot Man. And I do have him leaning back a little bit, so let me try to reposition him so he's upward. And then the last review I did yesterday, which was Bloodsport. Let me try to get him a little bit closer. And then push everyone to the right a little bit. There you go. And then scale-wise, I think these work pretty well in scale. Here's the ruler in case you need it. If you want to look and see how tall these figures are. Alright, and then the final size comparisons I want to grab a Lightning Collection figure. And I would dig out my Rita Repulsa over on the right there, but she doesn't stand on her own easy either. So I'm just going to grab probably my favorite Lightning Collection figure. Mighty Morphin Dragon Shield, Black Ranger. And yeah, an inch shorter. Okay, and then finally, the last size comparison, this will be tomorrow's review, is the ginormous King Shark. He's so big I have to put him further back, but alright, let me go freehand with this then. Alright, you hold that. You hold this. He's over 9 inches tall, it's crazy. But yeah, so that was the review of Suicide Squad, or the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. What did you guys think of this figure? What do you think of all of these figures? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I do a review on the King Shark Build-A-Figure and an overview of all 5 of these figures. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Peace.